The city on a vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kick, she's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera doll. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with the urban kick, she's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints the shades that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall.
Yes, y'all. Welcome back to the Odyssey Podcast. We are back in the building with another video. Yes, y'all. We back with the content, and of course, we were having like technical. All right, hold on, baby. Let me just suit her and boot her real quick because she want to be all up in my nice, cool area. Yes, guys. So, like I was saying, we was having a little technical difficulties earlier with my connection, so I definitely had to like come out and end the stream and come back in. So now I know you guys are hearing me clearly. With that being said, I want to just thank all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank all of my replay gang and of course the Bushwatchers. Say hi, Zuri. Hi. Let me fix her up, y'all, because I was trying to do this while she was sleeping, but y'all know how that be happening. Life just be happening. But however, just thank you guys so much to my replay gang, the Bushwatchers. I appreciate you guys so much. Last but not least, my moderators. Thank you to all my beautiful moderators. This cannot be done without you guys just continuously showing me support, leaving me comments. Shout out to Sonia, always keeping me posted on new upcoming things that's happening that I feel like we all should be aware of. I appreciate all of you that leave me comments. I'm always looking in the comments as much as I possibly could, so I stay in tune and updated what you guys are saying. With that being said, you guys, you already know I'm about to let y'all know. Don't forget to go subscribe to Martyr the Smarter right here, 1001 virtual assist, Martyr the Smarter right here, 1001 virtual assist. If you are a new content creator, or even if you're an old content creator and you're just looking for a way to revamp your channel, or you're looking for a way as a new content creator on how to actually market yourself, Martyr the Smarter is definitely where you need to be at 10:01 a.m. at the virtual assist. If you are tired of just going out every day and having to leave your home and you would prefer having a job from home, she also gives you the tools in order to obtain a job and work from home where you can be with your family more. Also, check out Savage Royalty True Crimes. She's right here. Also on YouTube, Savage Royalty True Crimes. I promise you, she's phenomenal. You guys will definitely enjoy her. She goes deep into whatever she's discussing, and especially when it comes down to the stories that's out here involving children, she is investigating it to the T. She's always keeping you updated and in tune. And overall, like I said, she's just phenomenal on how she definitely delivers her news. So check out Savage Royalty right here on True Crime. And last but not least, we have the First Lady OG, and y'all already know y'all should already be subscribed to the First Lady OG. And for those newcomers, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the First Lady OG. Subscribe to the First Lady. Hollis Voice is the first. Hold on. Hollis Voice, the First Lady is Auntie. Please go subscribe right here on YouTube. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, you need to be subscribed. With that being said, I got the First Lady here, and I always love it when she's able to just, talk to her people because I know y'all love her as much as I do. So, First Lady OG, are you in the building?
In the building, yes, we are. We are here with Ego Atmosphere coming through with y'all. And YC just wanted to say, hey, peace, love, and light to you all. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for checking out this live, whether it be you sitting right here with us, coming back on the replay, or if you're sitting in the bushes and don't want to be seen. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving us the support, the views, and your time, most of all. I am the First Lady OG, aka The Voice. The Voice stands for the visualizer of opportunity for inner city children everywhere. Um, Please make sure you do follow me so you can become a voice and be a part of our tribe and our community that we're building for us, by us, so we can finally free ourselves as we are doing, starting with the month of February. I don't want to make it seem like we just doing all of this just good for just 28 days, but February is the month that we're starting to free ourselves fast and fuck around and find out, okay? So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all follow me at I am Auntie House right here on YT. And stay tuned. We got a couple of stories we're going to talk about. And yeah, thank you.
Yes, guys, and we have a lot to talk about. And I'm going to let y'all know this right now. We're going to jump into a few things and we will be back later on today. Um, God's will. We'll be back later on today to even dive deeper into some of the things that we will be talking about right now. I told you guys I will be keeping you posted on any new updates in regards to Diddy. Now, I came across a video, so I'm just gonna give you guys a brief rundown. For those of us, we know P. Diddy has been incarcerated for all of the things that they are saying that he had involvement in, when it comes down to trafficking, sexual assault, drugs, you name it. They've put it out there and he's still currently incarcerated. Okay. Now, it came to a point where during the time of the incarceration, he has had many lawsuits filed against him, from, as you know, the female Cassie Ventura, which was supposed to be the woman that he was involved with alongside her, being a part of him managing her or whatnot. He also managed other groups prior to that. Danity Kane, making the band, Day 26. I'm gonna pause at Day 26. Hey Sonia. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see you. I just spoke
Sonia,
about you. My girl Sonia be always dropping me the tea in the
reach
comment
for the
box.
light, my sister.
Of course, all day long. When I see Sonya, she always like, that's one of my great moderators, y'all. But let me tell y'all, it's gotten so deep, and we've heard from most. Yes, Siri. Okay, guys. First Lady OG. I will be right back. Sonia, my love, I will be right back. I'm going to go run and tend to Zori really quickly because she just woke up. So she probably wants something to snack on. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, all right, all right. I'm sipping here. I ain't sipping nothing, y'all. I got some pecans here I'm a little snacking on. And I have my mushroom coffee. Sonia says hi, Zori. That's really it here. I have been. The mention of Diddy's name is so funny to me today because I just said
Say hi.
while I was on mute. I was like, oh shoot, not damn. I ain't heard nothing about Diddy in so long. I forgot about him for a second. So when she just mentioned his name, I said, oh, I forgot this Mr. Diddy is going through shit too. Like everything for me, the last couple of weeks has been, of course, Isaiah Harris, but to be honest with you, I was finished with that almost. Um, I use Everyday Dose, Sonia. I'ma send you a link. I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna email it to you. I like it better than Rise. I'm not stating it's the best one because I'm quite sure they have some more. But out of the two that I've experienced, I like Everyday Dose. It tastes more like coffee to me. I love the collagen creamer that they have with it. I love the way they start you off and everything. When you get it though, we're gonna talk about it because I just want to see if you see what I see. Well, yeah, I got you, Sonia. When I get off, I'm gonna get the link and I'm gonna email it to you. I got you. As a matter of fact, let me wait. Kevin's in there, so just put it right there. Um, wait a minute. Who you talking to? Anyway, he's scared, yo. So yes, I got you. I'm gonna send it to you. For the everyday dose, like I said, I like it. The rise, I don't know, it's watery to me. It didn't have like a robust taste, and you could actually use a little bit more of this to give yourself like a more even robust taste. And again, the collagen creamer of I like that, and I like what it gives. I put no sweetener at all. I already stopped the refined sugars and things of that nature, and I was doing raw if I had to, but I do agave syrup. Well, let's put that back, please. That milk, please. And so, yeah, this is the best one. And they send you just cute little gifts and stuff like that. So, we are so, uh-uh. But I apologize, y'all. I just lost my train of thought. Give me 1 minute. What she said, okay, the day 26, we're gonna let her handle that because I didn't even read the day 26 story. We were actually um jumping on, like giving ourselves, like, not surprised, but like she didn't know my story and I didn't know her story. And we were coming in like that. So we both had to be like, what? Who said what? Asking questions about the story. So um, I really didn't do Diddy, but where I can go is definitely rest in peace to Irv Gotti. Um, yes, we did grow up not together, but we grew up in the same neighborhood. Do I know him? Yes, I do. Most of his artists, I do. Yes. And I just want to say the biggest thing for me is me and Irv being the same age. And the reason how my theme this month is free, fast, and February. You know, we freeing ourselves of unhealthy food. We're disciplining ourselves, which is why we're fasting. We're disciplining ourselves. We are freeing ourselves from unhealthy foods, and we're freeing ourselves from corporate control and all of that. So this a yes, thank you, thank you. R.I.P. to Earth for sure. Um, so my theme for February is free. Free yourself. Free your fasting, free your mind, body, your soul, you know, and think about what you put in your body. And like I said, with Earth Gotti being the same age and now not even being here, They said he was battling years of diabetes, which is something else, and the complications with the diabetes, which had made him have a stroke, which is the stroke that made him not hear anymore. So at the end of the day, it's a little scary. But what I always say,
First Lady OG is First Lady OG and Sonia. If y'all can hold me down for about 10 minutes, I will be right back. Okay? And undivided attention. So just give me 10 minutes and I'm coming.
did she do that? All right, I'm gonna let her take this part of the video out, y'all, because I know she didn't just do that. She just came and interrupted the whole commentary to ask me to do what the hell is already being done. I know she didn't do that. Sonya, don't say okay to her because I can't even believe she did that. Okay. Threw me off my whole train of thought. Okay. Hold on, please. We erasing all of this. We're gonna have to erase all of this. And it's not even about that. It's about the I apologize, y'all. I don't want to leave such close dead air. You know what I'm saying, Sonia? She didn't have to do that. Like we was doing that already. Um, anyhow, but yeah. So I apologize because I keep getting thrown off my train of thought too. So we're gonna have to delete this part because this part makes me angry. They don't understand, like, and it's like, excuse me, no, don't even say that because now you're making me have to train my thoughts and I can't think and talk to you and do what I'm doing. And this is not a baby, okay? This one is 19, so he's worse than the 3-year-old, okay? Because he's gonna keep coming back too, just like the 3-year-old. I believe at the end of the day, no matter what, shouldn't nothing stop her from showing up. Her and Nelly should come as the married couple that they are to pay their respects. Her because she was part of the Murder Inc. family from the beginning. And you know, Nelly's another artist at the end of the day that could respect Bird's gangster in the game. And I feel like regardless to the fact of what happened between her and Irv, I mean, I don't feel like anybody should try to keep her out. That's for sure. I mean, everybody gonna act like they don't know what they know, but come on, everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows what they know. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's not here to defend himself, so I don't even think that it should be a concern or a conversation because he can't even defend himself at the end of the day. Whatever happened, happened, and he can't go back and change anything now. But at the end of the day, regardless to what may have transpired at some point in the beginning and the whole initial setup, she was a part of that family, happy in that family, and that's what brought her to the forefront to give her the platform that she had to be who she is. So at the end of the day, I believe she should show up. She better show up. Hopefully, if the storm doesn't hit too bad and they give us a time or, like if I can get there, I'm definitely going. If I can. I'm actually supposed to show up somewhere tonight. I really, really want to go, but the weather that they're talking about is crazy. And I'm not sure which way it's coming from. So I love Sonya because she be putting me on because I'm kind of bubbled right now. I mean, I have what I have and I have what comes. I do have to set up my Google alerts. That's what I keep forgetting to do, is setting up my Google alerts. But I love Sonya because she be putting me on. Okay. What did he do, Sonya? What he said? Who he said something about? Oh, wait a minute. Is this the big meat shit you talking about? Snow-headed Joey? You in Philly, right, Sonya? I think you in Philly with my sister Christy. I think that's what you said. He said something disrespectful about IRV Gotti? I didn't hear that. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's why I just don't do the news. I just got a flash. 6-year-old girl pronounced dead after being found at home in a bathtub filled with water. No, put me on. I ain't know that. I ain't know that, Sonya. That he said something disrespectful about oh, he got a saying, he got a picture, he's smoking. Wait a minute. So what 50 got hip hop bud or something with they names on it or something? And he's saying he's smoking an herb pack? Or who sells the bud like they got the hip hop names on it? Is that what that's about? Because I'm feeling like I'm kind of low. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Like okay, let me put it down here. Like click out here. Put it down. Click out here. I'm not sure. Okay. All right. Yes, when someone passed, you just know. Really? Hold on. Hey, hold on. Let me see what she's talking about there. Because that's kind of disrespectful, okay? Hey, what's going on? All right, I'm looking on YC, y'all. We about to see what's up with this 50 Cent. See, so we could listen to it. Um, 50 Cent.
All new iPhone users do these 3 mistakes. Number 1 is deleting photos manually.
Yeah. You know, my diabetes, my numbers been high, so they just wanted me to. She's like, Dad, you can't do drink champs. I said, yo, I ain't. What it does is it starts deteriorating your body.
Because there's too much sugar in your body.
You good? Like you got it under control?
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate the test.
When my number gets too high, shot. All right. I told you, if you and eat something and it tastes good, it's better.
Even too much fruit is sugar. Depending on
No.
This is why my kids get mad because I'm
Don't
telling
listen
them,
to
like,
that,
yo,
y'all.
we're gonna live. Like, y'all
Oh,
want me
you
to
smoking
die,
the
but
acid.
not enjoy life. I'm gonna enjoy life and do certain. No, Dad, but you can't do that. I'm like, guys, stop me. All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/hookah_anonymous. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind-the-scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member. And after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, very, very unfortunate news. As is being declared that IRV Gotti of Murder Inc., who is also a producer from back in the days, have recently passed away. Now, a lot of people may not know who IRV Gotti is because, like I said, he comes from the likes of producing for guys such as Jay-Z, DMX, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, Ashanti, and a whole bunch of other artists that come from the 90s pretty much. Now, he also co-founded the label Murder Inc. with Ja Rule, as well as with his brother, and they would carry out a long list of hits that they had back in the day. Silent Killer, The Help. If not, The Outcome. You should understand. I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.
Okay, hold on.
What's up, y'all? You a business owner and you want to take your empire to the next level and you want to see what I did?
Okay, y'all, hold on. I don't think that's it. I was trying to find a video you was talking about. With 50 on bullshit. That was the first one that came up. So 50 cents gets slammed. Maybe that's it right there. Okay.
Hip-hop world is currently mourning the loss of IRV Gotti, founder of Murder Inc. Records, but amidst the condolences, one voice stands out. 50 Cent, who was never one to shy away from controversy, has reignited his long-standing feud with Gotti even in death. 50's recent Instagram post features him casually smoking hookah next to a tombstone reading RIP, with a caption stating, "I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. God bless him, LOL." This isn't the first time that 50 Cent mocked Gotti's misfortunes. He previously trolled Gotti after the news of his second stroke broke, callously remarking, "Damn, I wanted him to see my new shows." The beef between these two Queens heavyweights has been brewing for decades, and it seems that death is no boundaries for 50's provocations. While 50's antics have grabbed headlines, others are remembering Gotti's contributions to the music industry. Lyle Cohen, Gotti's former colleague at Def Jam, called him one of the most creative soldiers and praised his passion for hip-hop. Gotti's legacy is complex, marked with success and controversy. However, 50 Cent's trolling has overshadowed genuine mourning and has also sparked up debates as to whether some lines simply should just never be crossed. Tell us what you think about this in the comment section down below. Is 50 Cent's behavior acceptable or has he gone too far? Let us know.
I got it.
Tips and talents, with your raise the pause, your court, little showers. Listen, little homie, with your raise the pause, how tips and talents, with your raise the pause, your court, little showers. Listen, little homie, with your raise the pause, how tips and talents, with your raise the pause, your court, little showers.
Unbelievable, y'all. Unbelievable. Yes, I see it. Thank you. That's crazy. What I will say is, as much as I understand sometimes how important trolling is to like us on social media, whether we like it or not, they heat up the room and talk when nobody else is talking, even though you don't like what they're saying. I definitely get it. But do I think that is boundaries? Yes, I do. I think there should be boundaries. Um, when it comes to somebody's deceased family or children, you know, mother, like if you're doing something and going back and forth with that somebody, let that just be between the two of you at all times. You understand what I'm saying? Let that be y'all. You know what I mean? What's up, baby? How you doing? Hey, dog. Hello, everybody coming in. Um, everybody coming in. I would like to say that I feel like when it comes to, I mean, like the picture and then saying it, and then you got this tombstone. I'm like, you that, like that. I do feel that was disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Only because of the history. If they was brothers like tight and they hung out day in and day out, and that's the type of shit that they did with each other, everybody would understand it, and it would be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they did. That's some brother shit, and you would understand it a little differently. But coming from them having history, and it's always been rivalry type beef in Queens, which was always crazy. But crazy as they say our streets are. But yeah, I do. I do. I think that was over the top. I definitely do. But I'm gonna say definitely shout out my deepest condolences to the Gotti family and all involved. Um, Jeffrey, um, aka Javu. Um, like this is a big deal for him. This was like unexpected. Nobody was expecting him to actually, you know, not be here anymore. Been sick, but this is my thing when I say what I'm saying about free fast in February. This is why I'm so on top of myself to do the right things. And this even as I'm having this live right now is even making me more so to understand why I need to stop slacking and falling off. Like I say, don't get me wrong. It's not maybe as cold turkey or as easy as it may seem, but at the end of the day, as long as you're trying, as long as you're striving and doing a little bit more than yesterday, no matter how little it is, it's a win. Every time you fall, you could keep falling. You could fall all the time, but just get up. As long as you get up, there's nothing wrong with making a fall. Just get up. That's where it really is. Get up. So I feel like knowing now, okay, me and Gotti was born in the same year, okay? So at the end of the day, excuse me, I was eating an apple skin. I didn't take all the skin off. But to see that he's been battling diabetes for a minute. The complications of the diabetes caused everything else. Because like you heard him say in that little interview that it deteriorates your body. But just imagine just too much sugar eroding and corroding your insides because the sugar is breaking your body and your organs and everything down. That's why sugar is so detrimental. And don't listen to them when they say the sugar in fruit is bad and do the same thing, because it does not. And it is not. It's not. It's not. Sugar and fruit is not bad. It's not going to kill you and it's not going to hurt you. Whether you want to believe it or not, I know people that are and have already healed people with fruit, okay? Or fruit diets, eating the way we were always supposed to be eating. Taking an excerpt from the story, but people say, oh, they in the Bible, they in the Bible, they in the Bible. But at the end of the day, the Bible was just showing you something. Basic instructions before leaving earth. But at the end of the day, in the very beginning, what was it said? Don't eat what you're not supposed to. Once you started eating dead animals for the flesh, preservatives, fast food, and a whole bunch of sugars, then all of a sudden you got a bunch of dis-ease of the body that they took the dis-ease, labeled it as disease, wrote it up, and um, I was doing raw cane to an extent. Um, but honestly, if I do sweeten things like tea, and even if I want to put a little sweetener like in my smoothie or something like that, I use agave syrup. Date syrup is very good. Um, Cane sugar is still very much better than the refined white sugar, which is murder, death, kill. And we have to understand that a lot of things that might not say sugar is still sugar. And if it's not sugar, your body breaks it down into sugar, aka pasta and bread. So, hey, that's the deal with that. So I just want to say, which is why I'm really, I don't want to say hard on myself, but I'm being firm with myself, and I'm working on my discipline because I understand a little more. They said he was eating healthy, but I know he was following Western doctors because he'd been carrying the disease and everything for far too long because he was following Western doctors. Western doctors are murderers, not healers. Oh, shit. You're going to have to cut that out. You're going to have to cut that out.
All right. Don't even worry about that, because like we always say, what's gonna be is gonna be, it's unapologetically. um and it's things that people could go and research. At the end of the day, the first lady, OG, nor myself is out here pushing any agenda on anybody. These are things that is definitely researchable. I mean, you can research these things because everything is out here for the public to know and actually find out for themselves. Now, will we assist you on directing you on where you could probably find certain information? I feel like that's what we should be doing. I think that sharing knowledge is very important. With that being said, I'm so sorry that I am, like, you know what I mean, I'm jumping in kind of late. I didn't want to interrupt the first lady, but right
Yes.
said, this got to be cut out. I don't want you to too much worry about what we're going to cut out, because what needs to be heard will be heard. You get what I'm saying? And I'm fine with that. And if I got to go back and edit whatever, we'll edit whatever. You know how that go. So we ain't going to stress about it. I have some of that syrup. Didn't know I can use it in place of sugar. And I think it's a lot of things that, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, were you guys talking about passing of Irv Gotti and certain things that could have caused his passing, and what it could have been probably preventable?
Um, Pretty much along those lines. Definitely
Okay.
gave condolences and everything to the family and was stating why my theme for February was so important to me, free, fasting, and things of that nature. And then to have someone that I know my very age pass away for not freeing themselves and fasting and eating properly and healthy. And he has succumbed to living the way they have taught us to live. So we were discussing.
Yeah, as you go into that, as you speak on that, that is so very true as you say that. Because it seems like he suffered a stroke prior to this stroke that he had. And
Yes, and they saying that it
hmm
was complications due to his diabetes. But my thing is from sense meaning that he's had diabetes for years, which was
he
something
has.
that could have been taken care of. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the
So
thing, that's 100% right, because he did have diabetes for years. In fact, he spoke about it when him and Ja Rule was actually doing this reality show like a few years back with their kids. And he spoke about his diagnosis of diabetes, and he did speak about trying to find a way just to eat better and do better. He said his main issue
we
is,
weren't
what I'm
we
saying,
weren't
was
all
getting
tapped in, unfortunately, man.
right. But and then he stated like just being, how he put it was like, when I go out, what I do, and I'm a promoter, and I'm out here, and I'm trying to get artists. I got my own company. I'm trying to get up off the floor. When you in certain engagements, he says like it's certain things you can't control because it's like the alcohol is going, the weed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So whatever is appetizing to you, for him, he learned over the years that even with him trying to eat better, he had to stop drinking because for him,
Well,
Henny
oh
was
yeah,
his
the
his
alcohol
shit.
is
Was
sugar.
his shit.
Alcohol is
And no matter
definitely
how they told him, like, yo, you gotta slow down with the drinking. And he knew that because he wouldn't even get up. Sometimes he couldn't even get up out of bed. That should have comatose him. Sugar so high.
hmm hmm
You know what
They
I
said
mean? So
my
he,
thing
he
is that
definitely he
we
definitely
weren't tapped
did.
in enough for us or somebody even like me to know. I wasn't tapped in enough like that back then to even let him know we were supposed to. But this is what I'm trying to explain. If doctors, aka hospitals, were really in tune to save us, so again, not spreading no type of agenda, just telling you to open your eyes and look at certain things. You go into doctors for how many years? The same doctor over and over again with the same issues. And they just keep either making it feel better for a little while, or then next thing you know, you coming back with something else, and they just keep giving you pill upon syrup upon pill. And you're not getting better. True people of health and nutrition want someone coming to them saying, I'm not feeling well, I am not of self, I need your help.
Yeah. And then
You
and then
supposed
it's so
to,
sad
right,
because you
because you
you
want to get
leave.
help.
Yeah, and then you leave so much of the ones that love you to actually deal with what they feel could have probably been helped, although it could
Definitely.
not been prevented, but perhaps gain a cure early enough because to die at the age that he died at is a young age. I want to leave
Prevention
you guys with
is
something
better than
that
cure.
his kids left a tribute out to him, and it was definitely really heartfelt. And like I said, this will give
Oh,
us
before you
all an
read
eye
that,
opener.
pardon me, before you read that, we just listened to while you were going also, he was talking on Drink Champs. And if y'all know Drink Champs
Yes,
is with Nori and them
and
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 they're
then they be
drinking.
drinking.
And he was
And
saying
if you
that
see Noriega got diabetes issues too, and I don't understand how that man to be drinking the way he be drinking, because he suffers with diabetes also.
because they
Noriega,
don't have nobody around them that truly knows or
and
truly cares to tell them
he
that they can cure themselves.
And the thing about it, no, his wife had for a long time has been begging him, and because his wife is big on health, like even when you see her, just her demeanor of how she's very health aware, even from how she cooks her stuff, and she's constantly been after him with certain things, especially when it comes down to the late night and the drinking and the smoking. And unfortunately, Nori has other vices other than drinking and smoking. You understand what I'm saying? He likes to do a little sugar book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things in which she was fighting, trying to put him into a strict diet, going to the gym with him, all of those things caused their relationship to separate just because he's still stuck in the mindset of wanting to do what he's doing, knowing that he's killing himself.
And
But I
that's what I
respect
was
her
coming
for it.
to with
I'm not
with,
going to
with,
sit
with
around and
Herb.
watch you kill yourself.
Lori, that's exactly what I was coming to with Herb, because when he was on Drink Champs, he was explaining how his children were begging him not to do the episode. And he was stating that at the end of the day, like, life is living, and are you going to sometimes do things like you're going to have fun? You only have one life to live, and you do. And he kind of gave that spiel to the kids, which was meaning that he was going to go do his thing, obviously, which is what he's done and continue to do. And men sometimes with the hard head, like, I can go through an older man in the family, my cousin's father, uncle, and Pops, you gotta stop drinking. You gotta stop drinking. You gotta stop drinking. Fuck them. I don't give a damn. I'm going out of here with a fucking can and a cigarette. Damn if that's not what he did.
And that's the thing. I think that what you just even typed in there, the having the understanding that we have to be more conscious of the things that we are able to prevent better than looking for a cure. And I think that we
Especially
are
now
so
that we
stuck
know.
on right, and we're so stuck on knowing that we could probably find a cure that we're willing to still subject ourselves to things that are unhealthy because in the mindset you have an excuse because it's
What's up,
like, all
Jeff?
right, I'm doing this, but I know I'll be able to figure out something or whatever, or I'll stop doing it. And you
Jeff.
just start feeding your mind all these different things for you to continue in the behaviors that you're continuing into. With that being said, I know it was definitely heartbreaking for his kids. This was a post that was left up by his children. It states, "It is with heavy hearts that we announce the passing of our beloved father, Irv Gotti Lorenzo, on February 5th of 2025. Surrounded by family and friends, he departed this world, leaving behind a legacy that will forever resonate in the hearts of those who knew him and the countless lives he's touched. Our dad was an incredible man, a true visionary who transformed the hip hop industry and changed the game for artists and fans alike. His passion for music and dedication to his craft inspired many, and his contribution will continue to influence future generations. As we navigate the difficult time, we kindly ask for privacy while we grieve the loss of our dad. Son, brother, uncle, and friend, we take comfort in knowing that this spirit will live on through his music and love he shared with all of us. Thank you for your understanding and support during this challenging time. With a love from Angie, Sunny, and JJ. So that right
Oh
there
my
was
goodness.
something
Oh
that
my
really
goodness.
that hit different. It definitely
Mm,
hit different. It definitely hit different just because,
wow.
like you said, his kids wanted him to be able to change certain things to
And stick
be
around for them. Yeah.
around for them to see their achievements, and his kids are um they're definitely, you know, people that are successful. His kids are successful people in their own right, doing what they love to do, and it didn't fall into too much of the lines of the industry as of Irv Gotti, but you already know. And just to know that they had to bury him and really fought for just him to just start taking care of himself, you know. Yeah, that was definitely something
That was
that
that was that was beautiful. And like I said, and then we just listened to when he was actually saying how his children did not want him to do the drink chants. So at the end of the day, not to say ever say anything as like as if he was a narcissist or anything like that, but right then sometimes men are just strong headed, egotistical, And it's like I'm doing what I'm gonna, and if I go, I'm gonna go being happy, but not thinking about what he's doing to his wife, his children, like me knowing how much he loved and cared for his parents. And now for them to have to bury him when he was the one looking out and always posting about how he supplies his father and buy his father antique things that the father wanted and things of that nature, and now they have to bury him. He ain't thinking about that when he's saying, fuck that, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna have fun.
No, and I think that's where somewhat of the selfishness comes in, because although we can call it egotistical, it's like, okay, that ego has to come down. And if it's not gonna come down to the woman that you bear children with, or you got married to, or your mother or your father, god damn it, these kids came from you. That ego at least could bow down to them. You know what I mean? You owe them that much. And because he always says, I have good children. They've always had heads on their shoulders. They don't ask for too much. You know what I'm saying? And they've always kept him as an inspiration. And I think that he didn't even realize how they truly looked up to him as their hero. So now the man that I looked up to as my hero is no longer here, and I fought for them to be here. It kind of puts you into like a very disheartening place to understand, like, damn, other shit was more important than you wanting to be here for us. And you would rather put what your emotion, feelings, ego, whatever, you would have rather put that in front of us, instead of saying to yourself, like, all right, my children, I want to stick around, I want to see them be successful, I want to see the grandbabies, I want to be here sitting in the backyard with my wife, I want us to really have those moments that we worked so hard for all these years. And like I said, it's bittersweet because I guess, everything is going to happen the way it's going to happen. I don't even think that he out of us. I got time. Oh, I could change this. I got time to change this. And you really don't know the damage that's truly done. I mean, but yeah, definitely Irv passing was definitely heartbreaking. Definitely heartbreaking. I mean, even when you heard about the Nipsey, like, heartbreaking. It's a lot of different, and this is the thing. If you're not dying in by violence, then you're dying through different health situations, and
But how
it's
you live
time
is how
for
you go.
everything to change. Things have to start to change, and we have already been through so much bad things. I mean, what more worse do you want to see if you're not sitting in it already? I mean, for me, that's how I'm seeing it. So yeah, First Lady, I definitely agree with you. And I think that he is an example that people really need to look at. And it's been multiple examples, but if he's somebody that you've known, and if he's somebody that you had a connection with, or you're just a fan, you're a fan of the people that he have produced, such as Ashanti and Ja Rule. And I mean, if you are truly a fan and you've watched Irv's legacy, then take this part of it and try to make a change. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't take a page out of people's book to be able to use it for ourselves to do better. And I think that'll be even something that will start to change our world dynamically, if a lot of us was to take the time to take a page out of somebody else's book, right? That can definitely assist us with being able to probably save our lives. You know what I mean? But yep, I do feel like his kids, I hold them in my prayer. And I know that he will forever be with them in spirit. Just I wish that they would have had a different outcome. But you cannot navigate what God's plans are. And so, whatever God's plans are, you leave it in His hands because He knows what He does and He does it with no mistakes. With that being said, First Lady, I'm going to jump into this day 26 and I want to do the day 26 really, really quickly. I wanted to actually play some audio. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of why I came across this video and I wanted it to be played for us to actually listen to. And this is a part of the update. If you guys are not familiar, day 26 comes from Making the Band. As you know, Diddy has put out a lot of groups, and which they didn't really go too far. Um, Danity Kane, which was the female group that Diddy put out, alongside, geez, Making the Band, which was a group of young men, and then day 26. And a few of the members from Making the Band, like Freddie and another gentleman, I can't even remember his name right now, came out to speak about their experiences while being under management with Diddy, the things that they witnessed or whatever have you that have them traumatized. Danity Kane, um, only about two members came out, Dawn Richards and the other young lady. Forgive me, can't catch her name right now, but you guys are familiar with who I'm talking about. They filed lawsuits against him in regards to the things that they had to endure. With that being said, as you know, NDAs were signed. So a lot of people that were under Diddy that chose to sign the NDAs have not come out to speak. So I originally thought that day 26, which was a part of Making the Band, I thought that they probably signed NDAs, so they were not willing to come out and speak because of the paperwork that they signed. But come to find out, they did not sign no paperwork. It was a lot of things that they endured and went through. It was things that they came across that truly devastated them. And when I tell you, when you listen to them speak, there are five men all breaking down, and it's like they're speaking but so much because whatever they witness and been through, it you could feel the pain. With that said, I'm gonna jump into the interview that was done. We're gonna listen to the audio. First Lady OG, do you have the audio? I'll give First Lady OG a minute. I actually think I do have the audio, so give me a second. And I'm gonna actually pull up this audio for you guys, and I'm gonna actually let you guys listen. So, like I said, this is day 26, and this is a clip of them pretty much discussing what it is that they were feeling and going through at that time being under Diddy.
If you look at what's happening now, as we're sitting here and having this interview, and afterwards we're gonna go have some dinner and live our lives, Diddy is sitting in a federal holding facility, possibly facing life in prison. Right. That's sad in itself as well. I didn't see this coming. Nobody did. No one could have predicted, in 5 years ago, that Diddy would be facing life, no bail. Yeah. With all the other crazy stuff that came out. Like, for example, were you guys around Cassie at all? Yeah, she's our close, good friend. Good friend. Did you see any of the abuse? Not at all. Yeah. Not at all. Yeah. When you saw that video in the hotel hallway. Yeah, that was fucked up. And that could be any man and any woman. That was not deserved. You know what I'm saying? No matter whether it was Diddy and Cassie or whoever it was, that just is ridiculous, bro. Okay. Yeah, that was horrible. I mean, that video was awful. And
I mean, he's being held right now under a RICO. But I've said this publicly. I don't quite understand how one person could be a RICO. And I understand the freakiness, and he likes to see other dudes.
But is that Jason Lee?
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Pardon my interruption, but is that Jason Lee doing the interview?
No, actually, this is Vlad TV.
Oh, that's the Ops. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I didn't mean to say that.
Like that?
Yeah, it's Vlad doing the interview, and yeah, you said it perfectly right. You ain't lie about that.
Allegedly about it. He may or may not be bisexual, whatever. All that's legal. I don't quite understand what exactly he's being charged with.
Me neither.
Do any of you really understand?
I mean, other than him other than that.
No, but he's not being charged for
exactly.
that. That's past the statute of limitations.
Paid off or whatever, right?
Yeah, she settled.
Yeah. I don't know, because you can't. I don't think you can go to jail for Vaseline or baby oil.
Yeah, but now you got baby oil back on the shelves again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hasn't been buying out the world supply anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's a danger to the world right now.
I think trafficking. They said sex trafficking and I think it's racketeering.
That's the RICO part.
Yeah. Racketeering.
But I don't, like I said, we don't know nothing about none of that. We hear the same thing y'all hear on social media.
Like when you start traveling, and people start traveling, and there are a bunch of like moving parts.
Yeah.
And a person is being accused of that. Like,
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, there's a million stories and conspiracy theories out there right now. So me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day, because I don't know. I never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. But I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway. But
I was with Dirty Money, and I sung background for them when I wasn't a part of Day 26. Mm-hmm. So I was able to be around them through the album process of them creating.
So this is Quay, and Quay, like he said, he was a part of Dirty Money before he even got with Day 26.
Yeah, but it's mighty funny that they are very, very, very blind to that. I was just saying it's a little like they kind of, sheepy to the fact of anything at this point, still saying they've never experienced nothing bad, but they yet and still say, no,
that's one that's one of
baby oil. So that makes you know that they really don't know what's going on, because they don't know about the GHB in the baby oil. So it's not just baby oil. It was what was in the baby oil, which what happened, which is one of them, that guy that's speaking, that was saying he never experienced, not all of them. He is one person saying that, well, he didn't experience that, right? So now this guy, Quay, is going to go in and, all right, I'm going to play it off. And yeah, go ahead. I was really just pointing out how he was just saying you can't go to jail for baby oil.
Yeah.
He's very cool, very giving, like, it will invite you to dinner, you know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy? What up? Be very excited. Then I saw a hi, Sean, too, which was very dangerous. So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail, and I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help, but he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all, and he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you. It's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you, or it's just really deep, man, with Sean. So I would say I think he's in jail right now just for a good reason.
Well, I did an interview with Roger Bonds, who was in security. Was he around you guys?
No.
No?
I don't think he's around. Do he use around?
I was around Roger Bonds.
He was around him, right. And he witnessed all the abuse.
Yeah.
But, what you're saying is, basically consistent to what he was saying, was that Diddy was, over time.
Why are women?
I'm sorry, give me 1 second, guys.
Abby X, the new.
We're gonna let that pass by so we could just jump right into it.
You know, he would go on these drug binges. You know, him and Cassie would lock themselves in these hotel rooms for 3-4 days, go on these binges. And during the binges, that's when allegedly the free cops happen or whatever else. And then they would go and get IVs. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Trying to rejuvenate themselves. That's a fact. And then a week or two later, go through the same type of thing.
He's also the person that said that Diddy said that he never cared about making a band, and he never planned on using, making a band successful. Like it was
just basically like a lick for him.
Yeah, like he never really had a business plan for
James said that. Well, my thing with Roger Bonds was like I had an issue with him, and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email, and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard. Like what? I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard. You know what I mean? It made me be like, you know what I mean? Like I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro? Like, what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all fucking guilty, man. Like, and I'll just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle. They're all minions and they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him, you know what I mean? Because I guess whatever, I don't know.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Shit. Okay, explain.
I can't. And I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just I can't go into details now, but sir, like I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true, and I've come missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through and experiencing.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
we was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
in tears. Real, I love my brother. What's going on? Tears, real hurt, pain.
I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now. For the rest of my life.
What's the?
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing, kind of like what Fred said he was going through, but I didn't experience suicide thoughts. I experienced other thoughts of being harmed and stuff.
Yeah, I have people in my family who are both schizophrenic and other people that have been bipolar.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself. Yeah. You start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bro. Like it's like I really like lost myself for like years. And I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what is going on. And the things that I was feeling are coming to light now, and I'd be like, whoa, that had to be God, intervening and removing me from that situation because it could have got really, really bad. So,
yeah, man, I'm sorry to go through that.
It's okay.
Yeah. But at least they found something that actually helps you out to stabilize you. So I think a lot of people, they self-medicate, whether it's with pills or whatever else.
See what I'm saying? You have to act like, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad you're taking shots.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Because I wish I could. Because as you guys know, I have technical difficulties. I wish I can actually show you the actual footage of as Vlad is asking the question and Quay begins to break down, but then all of them begins to break down. And so even the gentleman that stated with the white, he has like a white thing wrapped around his head. He's stating that he didn't experience certain things and he don't know certain things. So how can it hurt you so in depth to your heart? You understand what I'm saying? And then the thing for me is things were out where NDAs were signed, and a lot of people signed paperwork in which they were not able to talk, and then they were able to receive their catalog back from the music or whatever have you. And this gentleman that just finished speaking, he's like in but so much words because he still seems like he's still scared because, like he said, even if he can't get you, it's the people around him. You know what I mean? And there's so much different things that you're dealing with and you're seeing. But then in so many words, the sacrifices that was being made is what he came across in the email, but now he can't even go into depths on who the sacrifices were. And if we are to go into depth with who the sacrifices were were children, allegedly. That's my opinion.
I mean, that's who loses every day in this whole scheme, in this whole sex trafficking, which causes them to commit treason and everything else.
So,
It all comes from the children.
right. And so if you go
And they
back
were
to
children. Really, they were young men. They were
now, but
young
for me, I'm
again.
piecing like certain little things for me, like because even in that moment, listening, I'm like I listened to it about 2 times because it was certain things that were catching my ears as far as like you not being it's an email and it's describing whatever it's describing, but you're not even able to say it because it's
But you
like
saw it
it's
though.
mind blowing.
But you saw it though.
But you saw it, but you it's
But
so
you
mind
didn't
blowing
say
that you run to
nothing.
the doctor. You run to a
Right.
doctor
Because you
because
can't
you
say
thinking you
nothing to
going crazy
nobody.
at this point. Let me
That's
tell
the
you
man.
something.
And
When I think about Ali Carter and certain things that Ali Carter
yeah,
put out, and like he said, when Vlad asked him, so what are you trying to say? He's like, listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing, but I know basically what I seen. And so if I have to say it was a lot of sacrificial shit happening.
that part. See? But that's as deep as he's gonna get with it. But at the end of the day, same thing too. Now my daughter knows. Chopper used to be at a house, okay? And
Right.
he
I remember Chopper.
said that he was blackballed in the industry. Now Chopper was with making the band with Babs and them. Um, he
Well,
said
that's who I was talking about. And you hear me saying I can't get his name out right now. And I can't get his name out right now. But yeah, it's Chopper who's talking now. Yeah. Hmm.
really, and Chopper told us, "Yeah, I didn't want
Yeah,
to
he's
question.
talking.
I didn't want to question him too much. Hey, goddess, I didn't want to question him too much, but he said the reason why he had a problem in the industry and was blackballed because he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see. And I'm gonna just keep it at that.
And that's a whole fact. And that's a whole fact because even when he came out to speak, he did an interview with the dialogue. When he came out and spoke, he was just like, it's just so much shit. Even he like literally he says he still goes through what he considers to be horrors with certain shit. You know what I mean? Because like you really don't see you like what your eyes are seeing. It's you can't even believe it's what you're seeing. Like it's to the point where it's so unreal to you that the reality ain't hitting that, yo, this is the reality. Like this is what's happening. Like this is what's going on. And he spoke about a lot of different things that he witnessed, but like everybody says, like when you have to worry about already being traumatized and going through so many different things that really put you in a bad space, and then to turn around and have this person that's so high up that almost feels like the nigga's untouchable. You feel what I'm saying? Like what really can you say? Because the only reason he's where he's at, for me personally, It's because he stepped on the wrong foot. That's all. Had he not stepped on the
Which is
wrong foot,
always the situation with them. If you come to the point that huh? Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
If you definitely was, so yeah. I say, um, Diddy and Chopper. Oh man, it's just so hard when you think about it because these people, these young people now, older people, these are things that they're going back to with children. I don't like the fact that he's claiming that he has schizophrenia and bipolar, because first and foremost, schizophrenia is a disembodied spirit. And that's because of the trauma that he experienced, that he snatches and turns a whole nother body. It's trauma. It's trauma. But at the end of the day, yes, but he needs help from people that truly understand him, that will give him different herbs and change his diet to fix his brain and snap his electricity back in order. You understand what I'm saying? Like they have him twisted and now they're giving him medications, a shot every month. They keeping him under control still. Because again, educational purposes only for sure, but again, doctors only get paid from sick people. So just think about it. If all your money is coming in from people being sick, are you really making them well? And then think about it. Your grandmother's been seeing the same doctor for 30 years. And you can't tell her that she should change for a holistic approach. No, I'm going to stay with Dr. Jones for 30 years. But in 30 years, I'm going to say he doesn't know what he's doing. Because in 30 years, why do you still keep having the same thing? I'm very upset that they are steering this young man this way and he's been traumatized by Diddy in this industry. Yes, he needs some natural shaman help, not no pills, not no medication. What's up, D? They gonna just keep making it worse for him, unfortunately. So if anybody under the sound of my voice, if y'all can get in touch with them or y'all know him, even if y'all know the publicist or whoever, get him some real help from people that'll give him natural cure to get off that damn shot. Like, what is that? Come on now, they doing something to help us in everything.
I'm gonna tell you, and you could see it in him when he like I sent you the video so you could see it in full form. And I'm gonna send over the video to you, Sonia, also. When I tell you, you knew just from like he can't even like
That's
what
right.
the shit got him so trapped that he can't even like he's speaking, but he's like still, and you can see it all in his face. Like he's still like very conscious about how he's gonna say it, the words he's gonna say without saying it. But he's like, listen, and for me, for somebody else listening to it, they like, oh, he ain't really say nothing. Not a key word that he said was sacrificial. What will
That's
make your stomach turn? What could you possibly read that will make your stomach
in words,
turn?
right? That could make you throw up in words.
Just think about it. Because when
In
I
words.
thought about it, I'm like, what the like
In
what?
words. What did you read that made you want to throw up? And then after you read it, you had to go run to a psychiatrist.
That's all I'm saying.
Think about
That
it.
is all I'm saying.
What made you open up? That's just like me in front of y'all right now, opening up this book.
And whatever he probably told them, they told him he was crazy and diagnosed him with all this shit, telling him he's okay
trying to make him forget so he don't ever come back and repeat the things again. And this is how you got to think, how they think of how powerful Diddy is to have the psychiatrist reach out to these people and say, hey, this little boy is in here having a problem. What should we do? That's
That shit
how
is
wicked it
crazy.
goes, people. Like, for real.
That shit right there is crazy business. That is crazy business. But I do believe, and I'm gonna continue to actually, like, you know what I'm saying? I told you guys I'll continue to bring updates as they come through. I'm actually I'm happy that they were able to speak out. I just feel like I wish they felt more free. I still feel like they feel chained down by the things that did happen. I mean, you got to think about it.
But
There's a
they
lot
still
of
got
things that
NDAs
probably went
too, right?
down that is so embarrassing. Say it again.
Right. I said, and they most likely all had to sign NDAs, which is another reason why they can't say certain things.
Right. But not only that, let's talk about it. Like back then, from when that timing that you coming from, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't come from an era of really that. You understand what I'm saying? Then having somebody violate you in that way, like as a woman, you have somebody forcing themselves on you. As a woman, you know how you feeling. Can you imagine the opposite sex? Trust and believe me, the opposite sex is feeling the same way. What are you doing? Like, come on, like stop. Like, what the fuck? Like, I
And
you
know what's wrong in
confused.
any situation, exactly.
And then you young, and then all you was doing was trying to chase a dream. And behind you chasing a dream is what caused you all of this. So now you stuck in a place of blaming yourself and asking yourself why, or what did I do, or what vibes did I give off, or you understand what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, it's a lot with that. It is so sad. Go check out Day 26 interview. For those of you guys who don't know, they did do an interview with Vlad TV. Vlad is a person that he breaks down his interviews. He does not play them in totality until the end. So he builds up, I guess, the views by giving you bits and pieces, and then he'll drop the full interview. When he does drop the full interview, I will go and look at it myself. I was actually getting bits and parts of the interview from what he did drop. And like I said, the main thing that caught me was sacrificial. And what could have made you throw up, all of that, feel sick to your stomach? You got to go to the doctor, like yo, okay? And with that being said, y'all, stay tuned because I will be keeping y'all posted on more content, any other update that I find out. As you know, by the way, Diddy went into the hospital, but we know why he went into the hospital because he needs to be able to get some type of drugs. You know what I mean? So he went into the hospital claiming whatever he was claiming. I really honestly don't
I
care.
didn't
The
hear
man is
that
sick.
part. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I really don't care. But yeah,
Exactly.
that's that with that. And I just like ultimately, y'all already know I got some other things that we'll be talking about, but I'll come back on another time. First Lady OG, I
Yes.
want to turn the mic over to you really quickly because you came across a story and I definitely was like, I want to know. Like I told you, I want to know. And so I'm gonna give you the mic real quick and you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
This is definitely breaking news, y'all.
Breaking news as of yesterday that I was definitely wanting to come and talk to you about was about a 6-year-old that unalived an officer in Michigan because the officer was choking out her mother. So I'm going to play a little audio for y'all to hear a little bit on how someone else broke it down. I kind of like his little commentary. All right, let's listen to this one first. Now let me know.
So if I'm hearing this correctly, a 6-year-old unalives a police officer because the police officer was harming the mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
7:45 p.m.
Yes,
Roll to
exactly. The police officer. Okay. How the whole story started. Her and her baby girl went to Walmart. So now, what happened is that when she purchased a 75-inch television, walking out of Walmart, y'all know Walmart has the person at the door, something that don't fit in the bag supposedly is supposed to be the only reason why that um they ask you for a receipt. And that's only if something is in your cart that's not in a bag or it's too big for a bag. Excuse me. They want to see it on the receipt to make sure that it was purchased because it's not in the bag. Okay, fine. She's walking out the door, doesn't know receipt fell out. So then when she gets there and they ask her, she's like, I don't know, like, oh shoot, like, but I just bought it, went back into the store, waved the cashier down. Like, I don't know what just happened to my receipt, but could you tell, I believe his name is Trevor McCarthy. Could you tell him that, I'm good? This is the what they call it, the I forgot the name that they give them at the store, but right now we're gonna call him the greeter or the checker because he's the one that's checking on the way out. So the cashier comes and verifies, oh yeah, she was in my line, she just paid for that. Trevor McCarthy ain't trying to hear it, and he's pulling on her and trying to really not let her go, even after, she explained to them that she bought it, went and got the cashier. The cashier said he still wasn't going for it. So she went on, though, to put the TV. She got a guy in the parking lot to help her put the TV in the car. So now by that time, she puts the daughter in the car. The McCarthy, he done called the police. But then he calls the police and tells the police not only did she steal a TV, but she assaulted him. So now, to me, when the police pull up, they already pulling up on some type of attitude because they already feel like it's attitude in the air. She done already assaulted the police and she a thief. So, old girl get out the car on some bullshit already with her hand on the gun. You know what I'm saying? So she gets out. Um, the mother is trying to explain to the police what had happened. It was a mistake. I purchased the TV. They were saying that I didn't, but I did. I even went back and got the cashier to show the cashier that, for the cashier to confirm that she was the one that just rung me up and I paid for it. Don't know what happened to my receipt. And she comes up and was like, turn around behind your back, locking you up. And she's like, I'm trying to explain to you what happened. There's definitely miscommunication. Like, we can go back to the store or whatever. They should be able to prove. She don't want to hear that. She grabs her, punches her in the ribs, throws her down on the floor, and puts her in a fucking chokehold. And she's grasping for her life. Like, she's grabbing and grabbing and grabbing for her life. And the daughter's sitting there in the passenger seat watching everything in the truck. But the daughter also remembers that the mother keeps a pistol in the glove compartment, and she was taught how to safely and effectively use it in danger. They made sure that that statement was made. So the little 6-year-old girl sat there, watched what was going on, saw her mother gasping for breath, got out the car with the gun, came around and stood in front of them and said, stop, 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 because her mother was gasping for air. Then her mother passed out. And she's like, stop. So now when the cop looks up and turns around and sees the little girl with the gun, she reaches for her gun. The little girl was faster, right through her eye, fatally. Fatally. And when her mother gained consciousness, they explained to her what had happened. And both of them have been declared of any charges.
That's crazy. Sonia is saying that she does attend that Walmart. Sonia says they have not put it on the news,
She said over where she's at, they're trying to hide it from them. So people called Novi PD and they said the story is fake. But I say, yeah, right. Look, I mean,
You know what though? With them, it's like you can't be none too for sure. I mean, look at Sandy Hook and George Floyd. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, when you look at it, but just overall, the story at hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's a
talking
beautiful
about.
story to
Police
me. Unfortunately, a 28-year
police
old lost
officer
their life.
is not trained properly when it comes down to you approaching pedestrians, because protocol should have been you taking her back into the
Into
store,
the store and
asking
proving that
the
she didn't buy the gift.
supervisor to review the cameras, find the
Right.
cashier
Oh,
that
I
then
apologize.
did.
I apologize. I forgot to tell y'all something, which is why they were cleared of all charges. Like everything, they went back, and yes, they did go to the cameras, and yes, it was shown as she was walking to the door. It shows the receipt fall out of her pocket, and she did not know it and kept on walking. But they retrieved the receipt and everything. So honestly, even if it's not true, my thing is for us to know as the people, these are things that they say that we shouldn't do, but we should do. If we're in a household, we should come together once a month, every 90 days, and go over safety within the home and outside of the home if something was to ever happen. These are things that everybody else equips their children and family with that we don't. We don't. We need to start equipping our families with the same type of ammunition and knowledge. Like my boy Clarence said, knowledge is stronger than
Yeah,
belief.
because
Okay?
knowledge is
Knowledge
power.
is stronger than belief. If she
But
believes and he know, I'm going with the person that he know than the person that's thinking.
I'll give you an example. And like you said, like we definitely do have to keep our children and ourselves knowledgeable. Um, Literally, I am coming off of the bus from work, okay? And you seen the D's park up on the corner of where you cross over 110. And you know that store that's right there, right? When you cross over 110. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you're in the front of 110, like if you're going towards, like, all right, so if you're driving across, it's like you're going across 110 to like towards Merrick type situation. But it's a corner
Uh-huh.
store that's right there. So they parked up right there. So I'm crossing over and the kid is crossing over. But I'm on the side of where they are parked, walking past the store to go up because you know I gotta go walk up the block to my house. And the kid is on the opposite side. But he has like a whole face mask on and all of that. And looked like a fanny pack or whatever that was across his thing. And the way his hands was is like, you know, you got your hands in your pocket. I mean, you for me, I'm not you ain't thinking of nothing because obviously it's cold outside. Like you obviously want to be warm. You know what I mean? They literally start their car, bust the U-turn, and I'm saying to myself, what the hell? Like what they busting a U-turn for? He's walking, I'm watching, and they're slowly following him until finally you get to the middle of the park and you want to jump out the car. You jump out the car on him, okay? Now you questioning him. Now he's obviously like these young kids is gonna ask you, like, you know what I mean? Like, what you running down on me for? Like, what I did? Like, I'm walking type shit. Like, what I did? They legally searched him and did all that funny shit. And I don't know if they found something because they end up throwing him in back of the cop car. Now let's speak about protocol.
That's crazy, first and foremost.
What was the
He
purpose
has
of you guys
former-
doing that?
Because that's just what it is in our neighborhoods. And I'm speaking in experience as being a New York
But guess
City
what's so real?
police
If he
officer
calmed
for
himself
2
down
years.
though, because he was a little anxious. And if he didn't calm himself down though, and honestly,
Yeah, they
I
put him
feel
on
like
my
if
shit.
I wasn't out there and they didn't take notice of me, something else. They would have beat his ass out there.
Yeah, and they
They would
could
have beat
have.
his ass out there.
They could have. But they had no
You
business
understand? But
bothering
what
him
I
because they
did,
did not
I
have
backed
probable
out.
cause to stop him. But
Right, but
nobody's
I
gonna
backed out my
him.
phone because for me, this is why I don't care. And they have a way where they what you doing? Don't ask me what the fuck I'm doing. I pay my fucking bill. Don't ask me what I'm doing. If I back out my phone, don't ask me what I'm doing. I could back out my phone. You can't tell
I
me I
mean, but
can't
he's
record
supposed to
anything.
be having he's supposed to be having body cam footage rolling anyway.
Let me tell you something. That body cam footage is bullshit because as you know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They can turn it on and off. Okay, if an officer approaches you, he don't automatically got to turn on the body cam. He could turn on the body cam after the interaction. He don't got to turn on the body cam at all. That's an option that they should not have at all. But then it goes back to say, like, definitely knowing our rights and keeping ourselves safe. And yes, we should be able to keep ourselves safe and stand our ground. Why should I have to watch you harm my loved one when I know you're doing something wrong and when I know you ain't followed the proper protocol? And like I'm going to say again, just say true story. If it's a true story, right? At the end of the day, you pulled up and she was still there. You were supposed to go into the store with her. You guys were supposed to retrieve the camera, also get the cashier that stated that she made the purchase through that cashier and investigate the whole situation. And even then, all that you did, punching her on the side and tackling her down to that shit was way beyond too much. Way beyond too much. And then you got a big man. Listen, I definitely feel like I agree 100%. And good thing that that baby was able to know how to safely maneuver that weapon, also follow proper protocol, and even saying 6 years old, just saying 6 years old, letting you know, please stop. The saddest thing about it, that was another thing you did that was out of protocol because she has her child. She has a minor with her. Everything about what took place with that officer would have been prevented had proper protocol had been followed. As for the mother and the baby, I believe they did what needed to be done. And I think, like First Lady OG said, that is what needs to be done more. Period. That's what we have to do for all of our children. We ain't sending our children out here to be killers. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying, they need to be able to know the proper way to be safe and keep themselves safe.
Exactly. And they need to, and what we need to do is check Amazon because they probably got some type of cameras that our children can wear too. And they out there and y'all playing for no reason because at the end of the day, they not have to bother him because they didn't have probable cause. And if they did, they should be able to show him and tell him. But these are not knowing your rights. When you don't know your rights and don't know what you are able to ask for when you're out there. If they say, oh, what you stopping me for? Oh, you fit a description of a robber or somebody who just a description of a man with a gun. May I please listen to the description? You know what I'm saying? And that is not an issue. All he has to do is hit the Radio Central, bring back that description of the man with the gun Shit go, man, gun, 6'2", about 180 pounds, and you got a little 5'7", 97-pound soaking wet boy standing in front of you like you don't have probable cause to put your hands in his pocket or none of that. But our children are scared of them. Our
That's it.
children are
They
scared of them, and as they should be. And then they're scared because they don't know their rights. But these
They
are
don't know
things
their
that we
rights.
have to let our children know. Teach your children the rights. You can't teach them because you don't know them.
And I want to
And
make it
while
quite
you
clear.
getting pulled over, you're getting tickets that you're not supposed to be paying for if you don't want to go in contract with these people.
And I want to make it quite clear, even when you talk about the rookie cops, they're not training these police officers that they're putting out. So even when they put these officers that's out here in these neighborhoods, these officers are scared to they damn self.
They are. Now let me tell you something, and I'm speaking from a New York City NYPD police officer, me myself, experience 2 years out here. We in New York are the most highly trained police department in speaking that the police academy and everything and the training is 6 months. In any other state, they are training they're training anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks. To come out here on the street, police, but they're supposed to be policy enforcers. What they are doing out here in these streets is not right. It's illegal, and they're not even doing what they're supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, that was wrong. And yes, they're scared. When I first came out the academy, when I was in what's so-called a rookie, I was in a crew of 5. I was the only melanated, and most of them drove about an hour. Most of them had the commute like I have now to New York from PA. They had that from Long Island, way out in Long Island in Suffolk County, all the way to Brooklyn because I was in Brooklyn. Hey, Blacko. And to be an actual police officer and knowing certain things and watching, I used to ask them, why did you drive 2 hours here to come work around people that you're scared of when you could have got a job making $20,000 more out there in Suffolk County as a police in the car by yourself chilling all day? Because it's not going to be like this in East New York, Brooklyn, okay? And Bed-Stuy, because that's the areas that I patrol. But anybody knows New York knows Brooklyn. But at the end of the day, the police are not. Those police is just sitting there with nothing to do. They see the young melanated man with his hands in his pocket and his 20 damn degrees, feeling like teens, and he got a mask on and he's got his face covered up and he's shaking and moving, trying to get in the house. Does not mean he did anything. Quite sure that they didn't even have no description of nobody because they were just sitting there. So you were not actively looking for anyone. You were actively looking for someone to bother for you to have something to do. I see them walk around and look at us and, oh my God, I think he got something. Oh, hey, stop him over there. He's looking like he having something. No, calm down. Calm down.
Man, and you don't want to be driving. You don't want to. Well, you DWI or DUI. What? No, we out here DWB, and you be like, what? Yeah, you know that if you in New York, you driving while black and you got a nice car, it's going down. You getting pulled over real quick.
Going down.
License, registrations. You got anything in the car you're not supposed to have? Like they on it. Like what?
Exactly. Yep. And then also, Sonia, I'm definitely paying attention to your comments. You're absolutely right. Not was the mother righteous in the way that she taught her daughter, but at the end of the day, they also said that this 28-year-old young lady, police officer that is now no longer here, she was already known in the department as excessive. They said in this particular situation on camera, she definitely used excessive force. She never tried to verify. And then what a lot of people are saying now, let's go with it now. What Trevor McCarthy got to do with this? Trevor McCarthy could have de-escalated this thing from the very, very, very beginning,
it
real quick.
100%, and he
Okay,
had no right to put his hands on her either.
But then you called and said that she assaulted you, and she never did. She's right there with her 6-year-old daughter. You grabbed on her. She didn't assault you. But when you tell the police that there is an assailant and a thief that assaulted me and they thieving, the police are coming with a whole different attitude because they're being told that this person that they about to pull up on already in a different
they're
energy.
combative. They're combative. So they're looking to pull up on somebody
This
that's
is all a
combative.
lie.
So, yeah.
So now, baby girl that's already known for excessive force, hey, give me that TV. What you do? She's like, let me explain to you. Put your hands behind your back. You under arrest. Ma'am, I was just trying to explain to you that there was a discrepancy saying that I didn't pay for the TV, but I did. And he said you were, so I didn't touch him. He pulled on me. I kept it moving to put my TV in the car and go back.
Oh, well, it's whoever calls the police first. So whoever calls the police first, that's who they're going with. That's such a, for me, I find that to be really stupid.
And look at the stories that the person who called the police ended up unalive.
Yeah. And it's sad because, like I said, even for this officer, you know what I'm saying, her family lost her, you know what I mean.
Exactly. I mean, most definitely RIP to the officer, regardless to whether, of course.
But if it was handled,
she didn't deserve
if it was
to die,
handled the proper way. But this is another thing I have a problem with. If she had multiple warnings based on her interaction with the community of being a very aggressive officer, then I'm replacing you. I'm not keeping you. I'm replacing
you. Me. She should have been sitting in the precinct for a while
at a desk
until she was able to feel like she could interact with the community.
Yeah, I'm not putting you because obviously I see that your weakness is that you're unable to communicate in the proper way that does not escalate a situation. Police officers, when you show up to a scene, it's supposed to be de-escalation.
Right.
But I'm gonna be honest with you.
28-year-old energy on some bullshit. Now y'all think about that. 28 on some bullshit. Ain't got a gun. And that's her super weapon. And that's her super mechanism, that little uniform she wears.
But look, let me tell you something. It's so crazy because look, my sister's NYPD. I don't. But the thing about her though, she was like, listen, when I went into that shit and I seen what they was doing, and then when you step into something like that, they are like a gang, like they for real gang.
And
like
you
if
cannot
the
know
Bloods,
it's
the
Crips,
and all of them think they gangs.
Unless
no.
Part of it. That's right.
They the gang. And if you ain't a part of their shit, they will find a way to get you up out of that shit. You understand what I'm
and that's what they did to me. Okay.
But that's why
you go against the blue wall, they will crush you. Because it's you against them.
Why you think that's why my sister was like, listen,
I'm telling you,
I already seen what they was
on experience. And this is years later. Well, mind you now, I was a cop in the 90s. She was police just a few years ago, like just now.
Right.
Okay. And she's speaking on something that I can tell you about in the 90s.
Yeah,
so which tells you about how far and how long do you think that this has been going on. If you don't ride with them, they will fuck you over.
And that's why she said, to be honest with you, people ask me like, why didn't when my sister decided to make the transfer over to transit policing, she said, I'd rather do that shit. She said, I'd rather do transit policing because I'm not going to sit up here and you're not going to tell me I got to meet quotas. I'm not going to be running down on somebody because you assume they look like they have something. Like, I'm not doing none of that. No, I'm not. Why?
That's how you
So I
sell.
gotta run down and I gotta
Getting
put
out
it
there,
because mind
they
you,
started with
they have
the
to. You
tickets
have
for
to meet a certain
open
quota.
alcohol containers. When you have an open, like if you got a beer and it's open, I was out when they first started writing tickets for that. And I actually said to the sergeant, like, Sarge, I'm not writing those. Respectfully, when you drive back home to your porch, your backyard, your front yard, and all of that, these people right here in these projects, this bench right here in the front of the building, this is their front yard. If it's 90 degrees outside, it's over 100 in their apartment, and they ain't got no AC. They can't sit outside in the building, inside in front of the building, and shoot they shit and drink a cold beer. I don't give a fuck about that. They not hurting no damn body. If they see me come through, they put their little beer down on the floor. I'm just checking the premises, say what's up, and keep it pushing. I know what they doing. I'm not coming, oh, let me write you a ticket for drinking that fucking cold beer. Shit, I wish I had me one standing out here walking around this goddamn hot ass project with all this shit I'm wearing. Are you most kidding me? I'm not doing that.
But what are we talking about? Because let's keep it a band. The police are the hugest alcoholics ever. These niggas be
And
drinking
I
in
am
the
going to
dark.
keep it 100. And
The
again,
fuck?
this is experience.
They be
Right
drinking in the dark.
outside the precinct, across
Right.
the street is the actual parking lot that the cops park in. We get off of work. They go into the parking lot where their cars are. Now they're in regular clothes. Pop the trunk and have a cooler full of whatever it is that they drink, sitting right outside their car, standing right in the parking lot in the very fucking community that they just finished walking around writing tickets for motherfuckers drinking for. And y'all standing in the projects right on Sutter Avenue drinking in your plain clothes, and then y'all gonna turn around and drive all the way to fucking Long Island, all the way home after you finish fucking drinking.
Hitting it too. Hitting
You
it
gonna
all the
talk
way home.
about it? Talk about it.
Hitting it all the way home. And my
What's
sister be
up,
like, yo,
honestly?
when my sister be like, yo, these people are crazy. She's like, yo, I will tell you off the back, alcoholics. Oh, if you want to know about alcoholics, they are in the police stations, like real talk. Nick, soon as they getting off, like you
They in the
said, plain
police
clothes, they gonna go hit
station,
up a
they
bar,
in the
whatever.
fire stations, they in the construction sites, they are
Please.
everywhere.
But my thing is this, it comes down to that. Them understanding that once you take off that uniform, you are a human again, right? I guess that uniform becomes body armor. Because when the
For a
uniform
lot of them.
comes off, you become a regular person and you doing
For a
regular
lot of them.
shit.
But you always was a regular person. And that's what they don't understand.
That part.
When
That
I
whole
was
entire
sleeping
part.
out there one time, this guy walking by. I'm standing in the projects. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm just standing out there. It's nice, sun's out, but it's quiet because it's only 9 in the morning. But young guy walking through, I was like, Grand Rising, how are you? He's looking at me, but he got the like, the look like what?
I'm
I
like,
was like,
who you talking to?
hello, and he turns around like, what? I said, excuse me, with the attitude. I was just saying, good morning, how are you? And he looked and he was like, well, I ain't used to y'all acting like that. I was like, whoa, bro. Like, come here for a minute. He's like, man, what the fuck I did? Do all this bullshit. I'm like, young brother, you didn't do anything. But you got such an attitude when I was just trying to say hello to you. You the only person out here. It's early in the morning. I was just saying, grand morning, great day to
Yeah,
you.
but you
How
know why
are
it
you?
was like
And
that?
he was
Because
like,
he
well, we
was
ain't
used
used
to
to
being
y'all
harassed.
talking like that.
Yeah,
And I
you get
said,
that
well,
anxiety.
I said,
You get
who's y'all? He was like, y'all. I said, hold on, first and foremost. I don't have nothing to do with any of the rest of them. This is a job. Okay? Now, as long as I'm here, like we chilling, ain't nothing happening. I ain't got nothing to say. But righteously, why would I be treating you like shit? Well, that's what the fuck I said. I get it. But don't treat me like I treat like you treat them, because I don't treat you like that. And when I say from that conversation that day, when I say that was made became one of my best friends, when I was on my bullshit and came to work straight from the club and I was sleepy, I could knock on the door and be like, nah, I'm tired. I need to take a nap. And I could go upstairs and get on the couch and take a nap and put my radio by my head and had the sergeant say, on point coming for a scratch. And I'd be like on the roof of 315 Fountain, which was maybe his building, and say I'm on the roof and I'll be right down and I get my shit together and come down and come out the front and let the sergeant sign my book and he go on about his business. And at the end of the day, when you learn how to play these games,
When you know how to treat people, that's the main thing, because that's one of the things they always question with my sister. Like, in like when I tell you the place, like being in Far Rockaway, when my sister was stationed in Far Rockaway, type shit, the people just automatically had like a gravitation to her, the way they will feel some type of way. The other officers that she's, they assigned, you assigned a partner. You know what I'm saying? The ice cream man truck, the icy lady on the corner, the bodegas, all of that, because my sister don't come with a spirit of I am better than you or nothing. Like you said, this is a job. Like I'm here to do a job. So like how you get up every day and you go to do a
but
job,
see,
whatever that looks like for you, is what I'm
we
doing.
we bring our authentic self
But then
wearing
when you have
a
people
uniform.
that don't do that, and the majority takes over the ones that truly don't mean no bad, but those be the ones that end up getting caught up in a lot of crossfire. Why? Because they are not even the intended target, but based on what the situation is and how a lot of these officers walk around here and they carry themselves. It's almost like, damn, was you bullied all your life to where now you got a gun and a badge that you feel like nobody gonna bully you ever again? Like a lot of them have like this ego with them that is crazy. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You would assume the Caucasian officers come off real nasty, but I'm gonna tell you, your own people that are sitting in
The
these
ones that look more
in
like
these
you,
offices, bro, they
they
come off
even
real
worse.
nasty.
Okay,
Like they ain't got no kids. Like they
they
act like they ain't
need
got no
they
kids, no
need the
nieces, no
badge.
uncles. They don't
Yeah,
got no
they need the
grandmother, no
badge
mother. They don't what? And you
to
be
get their,
looking at them like, what? Huh?
yeah,
No. Mm-mm.
it's crazy.
Mm-mm.
It's
But what
crazy.
I would say is when it comes down to this particular story that you just spoke about, I think that the message is we have to start making sure we prepare our children with a knowledge of safety
Exactly.
and knowledge of
In
understanding
every which
on
way.
in every which way.
And on
Exactly.
every level.
A
Like my
hundred
boy and
percent.
I listened to Native and them have a conversation yesterday, and a lady said to him, "Well, when I go to the gun range, because I go to the gun range, we need to start taking our kids to the gun range. Our people don't take our kids to the gun range and show them because I go, and when I go, all I see is them and their kids, never seeing us." And then Native was like, first and foremost, I always feel like when somebody says what's not being done, it's because they're not doing it. But you have no idea that there's a lot of us that are teaching our children safety. There are a lot of families that do sit down and say, hey, if something was to happen, you know where this is, where that is. If the house was to have a situation, you know where to go if you run out or what to do. Like at the end of the day, it might sound crazy, it might like sound movie-ish or whatever to you, but at the end of the day, in a home with a family, these are things that you should be knowing and that you should be doing with your family. But like he says, no, we're not at the gun range probably, and if we are, we're not there the hours that you there. You understand what I'm saying? So you may not see us, but we got a friend that got 25 acres with broken down cars and moving targets that we go out there as a family, maybe once or twice every month or so and shoot for real. Like we go to do paintball as a family, which teaches you how to duck and hide behind trees like real shit. Not at no goddamn range where you standing behind the walls and just shooting a bullseye in the front of you. We out there with our kids in the nature, showing them how it really is if you got to get down for the get down. So don't say what we're not doing. Just say that you're not doing it. And that's a lot in our community. Oh, there need to be, and somebody need to feel this. We feel that way. But it's not enough of us. Just like the movie The Book of Clarence. If y'all haven't seen that, go on Netflix and check that out. The biggest thing for me with that is y'all having us twisted as the people. You watch this man carry this big old heavy cross up the hill. And when I say the Romans, I don't care. Like I said, I'll give 25 of them tops. Literally. Even, it's not 50. I'd be overdoing it with 50. That's why I'm saying. Because on every part in the movie, it was probably only 8 of them. But at this point near the end, let's say it was 25. Even if I give them 30. But it wasn't. But us, it was about 300 of us out there. That got us fucked up. Y'all depicted us. We just stood there and watched you crucify and hurt and whoop and pierce and stab and all kind of weird shit, and we just standing around 300 to 500 of us just looking with sorrow in our eyes. We not even built like that. We are true warriors and protectors of what's ours and what and whom we love. So are we gonna just stand there and watch that? Does an OG like me know that I could get got? Yeah. But am I upset going down, fighting, knowing what's right, or helping to make sure that it's right for my grands and greats to come? There are casualties in war. Yes, there is. But OGs like me, we willing to understand that because I'm going to stand for what the fuck is right. Like, I'm coming out there. I'm not doing that shit to him just in front of me, but the reason why people like me don't make it because I be out there by myself. But again, it's 300 of us. But only me feel like we should take these people down. It's 25 of them. It's 300 of us. Or we gonna let them unalive our brother, father, uncle, nephew, son in front of us, and we just gonna look sorry in the face, and it's 300 of us. Or we gonna take these motherfuckers down and get our son and nephew. But if I jump out there by myself, 9 times out of 10, I probably ain't gonna make it. But if all 300 of y'all jump, get our fucking nephew down. That's what I'm talking about. The name of the movie, Sonia, is The Book of Clarence. Exactly. By myself, it's not going to happen. But that's what's wrong with us. And to me, that was something for me to help show the people what happens because we don't say anything. What happens when we don't stand for ourselves. When we don't stand for ourselves, we are putting ourselves in the line to be crucified. Because we're not standing for what's right and not standing for what's for ourselves. Let me read to y'all something. When I say that we're not playing when it comes to certain things, when I'm here doing reach and awareness to let y'all know like what we're doing as a family, as correcting our status and things of that nature. So we are definitely correcting our status because if you don't know the reason why they're able to do these things, you found this on your yes, watch that. We won't talk about it. We need to change our classifications as far as to who they think we are. Now, you may not know this. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, but at the end of the day, what you can do is go look it up, okay? Ask someone. Under the IRS, you know that you are classified as a vessel in commerce. In one instance, dead at sea as a child. Never made it. Your mother was an informant. She didn't know. If any of you are vintage, my age, even older, You don't want to go to your vital records and ask for, pardon me, you don't want to go to your vital records and ask for a birth certificate. When I say it's verbiage, it's verbiage. You want a certificate of live birth. The certificate of live birth has your mother's signature on it, but you pay attention to the line that she signed. It doesn't say mother or parent, it says informant. Now, when you listen to the covenant that we listen to so often, it states, and for this, their children will be born dead. And that does not mean that they were going to have a bunch of stillborn children. But after 1932, they started creating birth certificates when there wasn't any before that. They used to write the baby's information on the front of the Bible. That was considered to be law. When this baby was born, the time and the inches and weight in the front of the Bible, which was the law. So now when you're moving around here, trying to figure out, they had you listed as dead, but then they turned around and created your name in all capital letters as another entity, a corporation with your social, and made you a vessel in commerce. Your parents help you sell your soul by taking the sole of your little feet, stamping it in ink, and put it on that piece of paper that all of us have somewhere in a folder. It's our footprint. That is the selling of your soul from the sole of your feet. That you agreed to be registered under the Department of Commerce. Now you tell me any child 2 to 7 hours old is able to submit to anything and say, I agree to anything, which is why when you get my age and realize you've been lied to and that has been done, that is why you go back and say, hey, there's no way I could agree to this at 6 hours old. I am a living human soul. I debut this bullshit. I am going to be assigned as the new trustee over that account that you have been making in my name for 55 years. All that money that you traded, that $1 million that you put in there in 1970, do I know how much it is in 2025? Not exactly, but I know it's a lot. Follow me. Follow Word Justice. Stick with us. Be a part of the community. That's what we're doing. It's about being righteous. You want to talk about that Bible? Come holler at me. Talk about the real. Okay? With that being said, pay attention. Sturdy up. Hey, Jess. I'm doing it. All right. I'm coming eventually with the whole process on how to do this, y'all. I'm coming with the process. This is one of the letters that I just had notarized. This letter was sent to the Department of Treasury of the Internal Revenue Service in Kansas City. And this is a notice to change status from decedent to non-decedent. Statutory claim, and I'm telling y'all this is from the IRS. Statutory claim in accordance with the IRS manual 21.7.13.3.2.2 1707 Susta KV account. An infant is the decedent of an estate or grantor, owner or truster of a trust, guardianship, receivership, or custodianship that has not yet to receive a social security number. That's what that statute claims in IRS, what an infant is. So now, my letter is stating, please update my file to indicate that I am a non-decedent. and that I am alive. Please record it in your database and acknowledge my request by returning to me a letter of acknowledgement from your office that this task has been completed. The above address may be used to reach me. I am no longer liable and cannot be held liable for maritime liens being enforced against me. I am no longer liable and cannot be held liable for securities being taken out of the estate. If you don't understand what that means, but I'm telling you, the estate is the estate that they made the day you were born with the straw man that you have no idea about. Period, Jess. I ain't playing. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to turn your records. Maritime law is what they have us living off of. Admiralty, which is the law of the sea for pirates. So how not justifiable is that on the land if you've gotten all our brothers and nephews and sisters and cousins locked up on maritime law when we're on the land? But the reason why they get away with it, because Britain, that was in control of the United States, the Vatican is a boat. But the liens against me, anything that may be against my social stating that I owe you, everything, car that I went to buy and homes that I went to purchase, you went into that account, took my money and turned around and gave it to me as if it was yours, and then asked me to give it back to you with interest. Y'all want to talk about it? But my bad, y'all. My granddaughter must be over there driving my daughter crazy. She was quiet, so I'm sitting here trying to fill in the air. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all, we have to work on ourselves. And working on myself to get in trust is where we are. All maritime liens being enforced against me, the living soul, I hereby claim invalid, null, and void. Ab initio nunc pro nunc. In Latin, baby. Note that I am the infant without a social security number, which makes me the agent and beneficiary of this trust that you have in my name. That money that y'all been stealing from for 50 years. Being that the IRS works in admiralty, the IRS, according to its own code, can no longer enforce maritime liens against me, the living woman's soul, as I have now claimed I am not lost at sea, nor am I a decedent vessel in commerce / 1707 Susta KV account pursuant to IRS majority status. Majority status is determined by the state of residence. You will need to verify with the state where the child resides for that determination. Majority status. So when you hear that we are being called a minority, it has nothing to do with how many of us there are, to minor to major. You are considered a minority because you are considered unalived. You are considered a vessel in commerce. You are an infant. You cannot control your own affairs, which is why they have to do everything for you, control your money, give you some if they think you deserve some. If you go for a loan and they give it to you, you've been doing right and keeping your credit score up so they can give it to you because you've been giving it back so they can give you more of your own money. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of that shit. Give me that goddamn account. That's what I want. The fucking account. All of it. To be controlled by me. Because guess what now? I'm living in trust. What the back of that money say? In God we trust. Like that, sis. Like that. So now, once you do that, what I've done, when it says majority status determined, so now I'm considered a majority, in the majority. But I am not what so-called people think. I'm not Caucasian. I mean, because nobody's neither white or black, so stop calling yourself that, because those are colors in the crayon box. But I'm native to this land. And yes, I can check Native American. Sure can, because that's who I am. When I'm done with this process, I will get a whole new passport that states I'm a non-citizen, yet permanent resident. So now, did y'all see the girl on TikTok that said a Venezuelan left a receipt in the bodega? And the receipt in the bodega said that she had $13,448 in food stamps and $5,450 in cash on her EBT card. This country always giving it to the motherfuckers that don't belong here. The aliens, they always get everything. Did I say my passport would state I'm a non-citizen? Who you think could get an EBT card now with all that shit on it? Me. Okay? Let's talk about it. At the end of the day, I got one more I want to read for y'all that has the Bible verses on it. My poor child is having technical difficulties. It done knocked her out. Can you still hear me, Sonia? You good? Can you still hear me? Just let me know, because I don't know if it's going to knock out the whole thing and it's going to eventually knock me off. But can y'all still hear me over there on YC? I don't know if Sonia can hear me either, but I'm talking to you guys. I want to read the other I wanted to read the other letter that had that's the power of attorney. That's the declaration of the unincorporated. I read y'all that. I just read that. I'm a living demon. I just read y'all that one. That's the conversation. Okay. I apologize, y'all. I'm just trying to pull up the proper. I always do that, y'all. I'm looking for the letter to the Attorney General. That's what I'm looking for. Give me one. Here it is. Okay. So now this says, oh, you can hear me, Sonia. Okay, good. So this says, now this will be going to the to my Attorney General. Oh yes, most definitely. They thank you. I would definitely thank her. So now this is going to my Attorney General, and it says, I'm writing to bring to your attention an error in your records regarding the appointment of a new trustee. According to our records, a new trustee has been duly appointed and should be reflected in your records as such. Proverbs 11, verse 1. In case anybody wants to write them down, Proverbs 11, verse 1 states, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. It is important that our records accurately reflect the truth in all matters, including the appointment of trustees. Psalm 25, verse 21. Psalm 25, verse 21 says, may integrity and uprightness protect me, because you, my hope, Lord, is in you. We believe that upholding integrity in all matters, staying in honor, including record keeping, is essential in serving our community faithfully. Proverbs 12, verse 22. Proverbs 12, verse 22 reminds us the Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. We strive to be trustworthy in all our dealings, and we trust you will uphold the same standard in correcting this error. James 5, verse 12. James 5, verse 12 advises, above all, my brothers and sisters, do not swear, not by heaven or by earth or by anything else. All you need to say is a simple yes or no. Otherwise, you will be condemned. Let our words and actions be true and accurate as we work together to ensure the accuracy of our records. We appreciate your attention to this matter and look forward to hearing from you soon regarding the correction of your records. Thank you for your prompt attention in resolving this issue. Respectfully, update your records appropriately with the enclosed information. A new trustee has been designated, and all adhesion contracts, which means anything connected to or associated with this social security number, is hereby canceled, void, and terminated. This is a notice to please govern yourselves and any others under your authority accordingly. God damn it. Think I'm playing? We ain't playing. We not playing. Then it says, please find the enclosed driver's license, copy of birth certificate, and certified trust documents. Turning that bullshit in. Out of a trust, I will be using my passport that does not show you any address as I'm domiciled anywhere as being a sovereign and national of this land. I am home on this land anywhere I am and do not need a driver's license to travel unless I was working on your land. But with that being said, I feel like I went all the way over here. We done had a whole little status correction. We done got some Bible verses to go read. If somebody want to tell you they want to talk about some verses, you want to hear about them verses that they heard from the service is on Sunday, that somebody just picked out the book and screamed about it, telling you 2 sentences and ain't saying nothing about nothing. Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. I just gave you some of the contracts. You see what I'm saying and what it's doing. That was to the IRS. I only said the Bible verses twice in case you wanted to write it down, but those Bible verses are in that letter to the Attorney General, because everything that they do in God we trust is everything is spiritual, believe it or not. So when you want to call me crazy and say that I'm bugging out, what up, question, and all of that, I'm not crazy. I'm not lying. I'm not playing games. I'm not capping. I'm not playing on your top or playing in your face. That letter right there is authorized and has been notarized and signed by me. That is being presented to the Attorney General to let them know that this is what I need from you to do to correct your records, because I'm not like everybody else. I'm not part of the corporation. I have excluded and unincorporated myself because I'm not dead. I'm a live living being. And that estate that has all that money in it, it belongs to me. And it's not about the money. It's about being righteous and within stewardship. Because the back of that dollar says, in God we trust. Lord, this girl is really not able to come back, y'all. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to call, but we're going to get ready to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Sonia, stay tuned. We'll hit you on the back end. Wait a minute. What's the link I'm supposed to send you? What is that? Oh, yeah, they can. Because once I'm finished, you're on a list that says D&D, which means do not detain. because by you, basically it puts you in the realm of a diplomat, someone that is not a citizen here, but you get all the help that how we be mad at as citizens. Mad, thank you, question. Mad how, oh, they come over here and get get this and get that. And I was born and raised here and I can't get shit. They set it up like that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. They set it up like that. Okay? They set it up like that. So you have to do what I'm doing and go through the process in order to change your status as far as who you are here. And you're supposed to tell them what to do. They don't tell you what to do. The trust is yours. The money is yours. You are the big wheel, big deal. You are the lender and not the borrower. You are the creditor and not the debtor. You don't owe nobody shit, okay? They owe you. Banks were supposed to be security exchange agents. Securities. The shit coming to your house looking like an AKA bill. Ain't no negative symbol next to that. You don't owe that. That's a credit. You're supposed to take that AKA so-called bill to the bank and get the money that's on the front of it. That's how you're supposed to be living. Everything coming to you monthly saying that you owe is shit that coming to you monthly. They supposed to be paying you. Okay? Think I'm wrong and think I'm crazy. Hit me on the back end. The mushroom coffee. Got you. Write that shit down right here. Send Sonia everyday dose information. Send Sonia everyday dose. Got you, sis. Yes. So please, it sounds crazy because you've been indoctrinated to believe something else your whole life. It sounds crazy because you saw your parents paying bills and things of that nature. And it sounds crazy because they didn't know it, but their parents didn't know it. This is something that has been constructed. Okay? This is something that has been being used against this country and our peoples for a very long time. But that's why I said, you see how that Venezuelan girl, they said, left in the bodega. She said in the bodega, but she left her receipt. And y'all know if you use the EBT card, your receipt, you know, your balance gets printed on the receipt. And she, you know, sometimes people don't care. They walk out and leave the receipt. So she went to turn the receipt out or throw the receipt away, and she looked. Her food stamp balance was some $13,500. Her cash balance was $5,500. Again, Venezuelan, not from here. What did I say my new passport was going to say? Non-citizen, not from here. Okay. Say less. Less was said. Hey, Juan. Okay, y'all. So, I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. We've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Unfortunately, word is having, hopefully we can get everything fixed to maybe we can come back and see y'all again tonight and really go some more into the little girl who unalived the cop. We can talk about a couple of things, but if y'all want to talk about that, this is definitely, y'all already know. And as I'm stating, like, I am actually reading off of my personal paperwork, you know, so it actually has my signature on it, and those have been notarized. Those are paid personal forms that I've done. Now I'm working on putting together, you know, something so I can have it to where if you wanted it to do it yourself, or I'm gonna have a link to where, you know, we can get into it with everyone to do it. But all right, with that being said, I can't end the live. Let me see if I can call her on the phone to see if I can have her end the live. I got you, Sonia. Love you, girl. Again, to everybody on YT that's been listening, whether you in the bushes, whether you going to check this back on the with the as part of the replay gang, you know, I would just like to say we appreciate you. I appreciate you, everybody here on Bigo that's been listening as well. I appreciate all of you. Please make sure that you're following me. Please make sure that you subscribe. Hit the like button. That keeps us in the algorithm. But hit that bell so you can subscribe and never miss a live. Go on over and subscribe to me on YT at I Am Auntie House, okay? And please throw something in the comments on the community wall for me over there. Give me that inspiration to get over there and go live over there as well under my Auntie House channel. So I will be doing that soon. I'm going to bring some of the young men that are incarcerated to the podcast to speak and some of them to tell some of their stories. So that's all soon to come with the spring. Thank you so much. And I got you, Sonia, on that. I appreciate you guys. And y'all staying tight. Let me see if I can get Word Justice on the line so she can end the live stream. That's what I really need her to do, to end the live stream. Because if I go out, but I wonder if I could end the live stream, being that she's gone already. If the live stream will end if I leave. Because I don't know if it's taking her out all the way around to where her phone, I don't know. Okay, y'all, give me a moment. I'm going to say peace, love, and light to all, from our family to yours over here on YT. We love you. And I am going to exit out the studio just to make sure I'm ending the live and it's not going to keep running. Okay? But I love y'all. Thank you so much. You know, I love you, Sonia. I got you on the back end, sis. And you already know, if anything, if you don't receive it in the next 24 hours, definitely hit me up again. But I got you. I'm going to do it when I get off. And thank y'all very much, everybody. Peace, love, and light.